to be doing some more mobility today. So grab a chair if you feel like you need one just to help with balance, or maybe if you want to sit down for some of the exercises. Make sure it's a stable, sturdy chair with a firm seat. You don't want an armchair with a big cushioned base. You want to be able to sit nice and tall and upright in it. Okay, so having said that, let's just go ahead and get started. We're going to start standing on our mats with our feet just hip width apart. So hip width is 2 fist widths apart, okay, between your feet. So feet facing forward, and I want you to visualize your pelvis as a bucket of water. So your bucket of water here is right full to the brim. We're going to try to tip some water out the front of that bucket by pushing our tailbone up towards the ceiling. We're keeping the knees soft but straight. And now we're going to tuck that pelvis and tip the water out of the back. Tip the water out the front and out of the back. So as you tip the water out the back, you're activating these tummy muscles and you're drawing your pubic bone up towards your pelvis. And then the opposite way, we push that tailbone up towards the ceiling. We're pressing and tipping that water out the front. Hip bones are rocking down and forward. Okay, same again. Tip it up, or I should say back, and then tip it forward. So when I say bring your pelvis into neutral, now you know that means that you just don't want to spill any water. You're keeping that pelvis, that bucket of water, nice and level. So bringing that pelvis back to neutral. That tailbone points directly down to the ground, and you can feel your tummy muscles engage as you rock that pelvis and keep it in that neutral position. Take a deep breath in here and pull your shoulders up to your ears, and as you breathe out, try to slide your shoulder blades down towards your midline, towards the spine. And as you do that, you're going to notice that your palms open a little bit more forward facing. They don't have to be completely forward facing, especially if you have tightness and rounded shoulders and your knuckles naturally land like this, facing forward. It's a big ask to automatically open them straight out. So even if they're just coming a little further forward where they're facing in towards your thighs is an improvement. And the more you do it, the better that will become. So pulling the shoulders up to the ears. As you breathe out, you're sliding those shoulder blades down towards the midline, really anchoring the shoulders down, reaching those fingertips down to the ground. Keeping those shoulders nice and low, take a deep breath in and let the arms float up. So you're sinking the shoulders, sink, sink, sink. Here is tempting to start to hunch, so keep the shoulders down. Bring the arms as high as you can comfortably, and then bring them all the way back out. Slide the shoulders down. Again, float the arms up. That pelvis is in neutral. Remember, you're not dropping any water out of the front or the back. So you're keeping that nice neutral stance. One more time here. We're going to raise the arms up as the shoulders sink. So you have those opposing energies. Push down in the girdle of the shoulder. Reach up with the fingertips. If you can bring those palms all the way up, that's great. But just come to where you feel is challenging for you. And come back into center. Now bring your palms onto your hips. So you're resting those palms on the outsides of your thighs. Keeping that pelvis in neutral. You're going to reach the left fingers down towards that left knee. Really try to touch that knee joint and then slide back up. Come all the way over to the other side. Try to touch that knee joint and slide back up. And continue to do this. Be careful you don't start to hunch this opposite shoulder up as you reach over. You're pulling the shoulders down all the time. Stretching all the way through the side of that body, even into the neck as you pull the shoulders down, and other way, all the way down to that right knee, feel that stretch all the way through this outer fascia, along the outer hip, the outside of your waistline. Come up and drop the other way. Reach it down, feel that length. Come back up to neutral and start to march on the spot. So marching on the spot, we're trying to activate the lower belly and we're trying to lift the knees up towards the ceiling. Now if you find that your balance is a little off and you feel a little bit unstable lifting your knee that high, then go ahead, hold on to your chair just lightly, because you do want to encourage those balance muscles to work. If you find you have sore hips or you're struggling to do that standing up, come and sit on that edge, the very edge of the chair, and you're just going to march in place here while you're sitting. So you're still activating these lower tummy muscles, activating the hip flexors, the quads, and you're going to continue to march like this, nice and high. I quite often put my palms facing at my hands at my hip bones and have my palms facing down and lift the thigh to the palm. That way you know you're getting that full high step in. Because when you get tired, you might start just doing this and it's got lower and lower. So we're going to do 10 more here. We're really trying to get that heart rate up a little bit before we come into some deeper stretches. And you can really feel your abs activating here, especially where you're keeping that bucket of water, that pelvis, nice and neutral, not to spill even a drop. It's all about using your tummy muscles to stabilize. Keeping the shoulders low. 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Coming back, wiggle it out. Come back into your neutral position, feet 2 fist widths apart or hip width apart. And we're going to go ahead and tip some water out the front of the pelvis. Now tip the water out the back of the pelvis. And again to the front of the pelvis. And out the back. One more like this. Each way, tip some water out the front. Tip the water out the back. Come back into neutral. And we're just going to tip some water out of the side of the pelvis. So you're going to push your pelvis. You're trying not to lean the body here. You're trying to activate the pelvis to rock from side to side. So you're going to press to one side and then the other, trying to keep your shoulders as neutral as you can. So you're just rocking in that pelvis, activating these side waist muscles here. And now we're going to try to go full circle. So you're going to come back to that neutral, tip the pelvis forward, backwards, so the water comes out of the back. And now you're going to circle all the way around and tip the pelvis forwards so the water comes out the front. All the way around to the side, tip it back. And over to the side, tip it forward. So you're really working just in these hip muscles, in these ab muscles, all around the pelvis, and you're trying to keep your shoulders neutral. We're trying not to, get the whole body moving here. It's just this pelvis. Okay, we're going to reverse this and do the circle the other way. So you're circling, tuck it under. And you can really feel your tummy muscles working as you activate these little muscles to control your pelvis. You can really feel those abs engaging. We're going to go the other way. Tuck it under and then come back into that neutral position. So now you're leveling that bucket of water off and you're not spilling any water anymore. Okay, from here, take another deep breath in, bring your thumbs up towards the ceiling, and now try to get your biceps as close to your ears as you can without hunching the shoulders. Draw the shoulders down. Come forward. Again, thumbs to the ceiling. Try to get your arms as high as you can without any tension in that shoulder girdle. And release. Thumbs up. And release. 2 more. Thumbs up. And release. Go as high as you can. This is your last one. And we're going to stay here. Now this time you're going to tip over towards the left and reach your fingers towards the far corner as you let your hip push out to the opposite side. Inhale up. Same again, but other way. Reaching for the far corner. And let your hip push out to the opposite side. Keep your arms alongside the ears or as close to as you can get them. Come back up and release. Shake out those arms. Facing your chair now, you're going to have the chair so that you can hold on to it, maybe turn it around and hold the back or whatever. I don't know what kind of chair you've got, but get a nice grip and a nice stable base. Standing about, I don't know, I'm not good with measurements, a foot away from your chair so you can just reach it. Okay, we're going to fold at the hip and press the heart down towards the back of the chair. Keeping the legs straight but not locked. You do have a soft knee. You don't want to lock those knees out and come back up. So you're really focusing on gauging the tummy muscles. Come forward, chest lowers. We're trying not to round down like this. We're trying to press the heart forward and push back up. Again, press the heart forward. Engage those tummy muscles. Pull them up to the spine and back up. You're feeling the length coming through the back of these legs. As you lower down, press the heart. Remember, no rounding in the upper back. It's all nice and flat. And back up. Now, if you feel like this is pretty comfortable, place your hands on your thighs and just continue to do the same thing, but you're sliding your hands down and sliding your hands back up. Engage your tummy muscles. Pull the navel to the spine as you lower your heart down. Pull back up. We're going to go a little bit faster. Remember, you're keeping a nice straight leg, but you have a soft knee. You're not locking those joints out. You're trying to stay nice and centered through the feet so the body weight's pushing into the big toes as well as the baby toe. So centering that weight. Push your heart down, straight spine here, no rounded in the shoulders. A little bit quicker. Again, you can either be holding on or you can be sliding your hands up and down. This is just working in the hamstrings. In the back of the legs, it's stretching them, but then when we've stretched them here, we're activating them to lift our body back up. So we're shortening those muscles and really kind of just working them. So we're going to do 5 more here. 3, 4, and 5. All right, come back to facing forward with your feet hip width apart, facing the front of your mat or the front of the room. Lift your shoulders to your ears, slide your shoulder blades down and back, lengthen this space between your ear and your shoulder, nice and long. Palms facing as far forward as you can comfortably get them. You're not forcing them round. It has to come from the shoulder. It's no good having hunched shoulders and then just turning your hands round. It's got to come from the shoulder. The shoulders need to be back and anchored down. Deep breath in. Left hand forward, right hand back. Nice twist in the spine here. Look behind you. Inhale the arms back, other way. Twist in the spine, right hand forward, left hand back. Other way. Twisting the spine, reach. Opening the chest out as the arms come reaching out to the back and the front of the room. So one more each way. And to the left, come back up and bring the hands to the heart. All right, resting here, shaking out those knees, shaking out the arms and shoulders. We're going to come back into that march. So again, if you want to do this on the chair, remember you're sitting right at the edge of the chair, of a firm chair. You don't want to be slouched back in it. And we're just going to bring the thighs up to the hip level here. I always like to put my hands here as a marker so that I know I'm bringing those legs up the same height every time. Activating those tummy muscles, strengthening these core muscles. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and last time, come back into your neutral, wiggle out your knees. Arms or palms alongside your hips, slide your fingers down the left, keep your shoulders low, over to the right. Sliding the fingers down as if you're really trying to reach for that knee joint. Same on the other side. You can really feel all of this fascia and these muscles along the side of your waist, around your hip, stretching out. So this time when we go down to the right, we're going to hold it here. Reaching as far as you can. Make sure that your pelvis is tucked so your tailbone is pointing down to the ground in your start position and coming out to the side in your nice stretch position. Take that left arm up as high as you can. You're going to feel this stretch increase. Gently come over alongside your ear, reaching the left fingertips really far up towards the corner of the room. Now, if you have tightness around the shoulder and around the neck, you may find that you're reaching more forward than you are sideways. So really focusing on that bicep being back alongside the ear. You may just get to here and feel this is a deep enough stretch. So be where you're at, focus on pushing past your own comfort zones, but only incrementally. You just want to do a tiny bit at a time. Slide down the other way. Now you're going to start to reach. So come up like this instead of reaching the arm alongside the body, because then you're going to feel that stretch bit by bit. Reaching up and over. Stop when you feel that nice deep stretch. Hold it here. Being mindful, you want to get this arm up alongside the ear. So if you find that you've come here, bring this arm back and keep it lateral. Imagine your body's between two panes of glass. You want to keep this nice and lateral. Come back into center. Big circle in these arms now. Trying to reach these arms out in that T. Reaching the fingertips back and out to the side. So you're really opening up in these shoulders. Big circles. Reaching out. As if someone's playing tug of war. One side has hold of your right hand. The other side has hold of your left. And they're trying to rip you in half. That's kind of really reaching out as you circle. It's going to open out this shoulder joint. Go the other way, same reach, but you're just moving the shoulder in the other direction. Remember, you're keeping that pelvis in neutral. You're not spilling any water out of that pelvis. And one more time, you're going to come back into standing. Slide the shoulder blades down and back. Pedal out. All right, so final exercise or final mobility exercise we're going to do is grab the chair. Hold on to the back of the chair, nice stable position. Left foot's a little bit more in the center line between the hands, and you're going to bring this right leg out to the side and lower it in. Come out to the side, lower in. Out and lower. 2 more like this. And now we're going to press the heel back and in. Press back and in. Press back and in. 2 more. 1 more time. And change to the other side. Come out and in. Be careful here that you don't lean the body or move the body. This spine stays in neutral, and it's just the lower section, lower hip area that is moving. 2 more. And now you're pushing that heel back and up. Squeeze back through those bum muscles. Really squeeze tight at the top. And 2 more. And then from there, landing in both feet evenly, hip width apart. Stand about probably 2 feet this time away from your chair, just so you can lean in and reach it. And I want you to try to fold your body forward without rounding the spine. Drop your chest. And as low as you can, pull up through the belly, come back up. And again, you're rolling from the hip, forward, straight spine. Be careful you don't start to do this. This is not what we're trying to achieve. That's going to do you no good at all, okay? So don't do that. Make sure you're pushing your heart forward. And if that restricts your movement, then that's fine. It's better to do less of a range with good form than it is to get all the way down with terrible form. Pull your belly up and under, press your heart forward. Come down as low as you can. Holding on to your chair. Push back up. Use your tummy muscles when you come back up to the top. 1 more time. Folding out the hip. Press your heart down. Try to press your weight evenly through your feet. And from the hip through the lower belly, come back to standing. Well done. So one final exercise. We're going to sit down on the chair. I might have said that was our final one, but this is, you know, I like to trick you. Sit up on the edge, the very edge of your chair. Sitting up nice and tall. Pull that spine up, or the chest bone up towards the ceiling as you hold this bucket of water, your pelvis nice and neutral. You're not spilling any water out to the back, the front, or the side. Sitting up super tall. Pull the shoulders up to the ears and slide them down and back. You can have the palms facing the ceiling if you can comfortably get that position. If not, they can just rest however is comfortable on your lap. Drop your right ear down to your right shoulder. And now go ahead and take this left hand and reach the left fingers down in towards the ground. So you're really pulling this left shoulder down, letting the right, the neck drop over to the right. Inhale, come back up. Same on the other side. Drop that left ear to the left shoulder. Reaching the right fingertips down towards the ground. Bringing that extra bit of length into the neck. into your neutral position, resting the hands on the thighs, lifting that breastbone. Breathe deeply in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. This time as you breathe in, let those arms rise up, shoulder blades sink. Float the hands down in front of you on your exhale. Again, rise those arms up. Inhale. Float the hands down in front of you on your exhale. And coming to a resting position on your knees or on your thighs. Well done, everyone, and I will see you next week. Bye.